Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Welcome everyone, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
I hope everyone is having a great day, and I thank you all for joining me on this special day. Today, I take my next step into becoming a Jewish woman by becoming a Mitzvah. To me, this is my step towards everything adulthood has to offer: responsibility, respectfulness, teaching, and learning about others and myself. I hope you all enjoy the ceremony. In my ceremony today, I'm going to be doing blessings, prayers, Torah, and my 13 challenges. After some blessings and prayers, I'm going to read my Torah portion. The Torah is basically a Jewish Bible. I had to work hard on my Torah portion, and hopefully I do well on it. After that, I'll be presenting my 13 challenges presentation. Before I turn 13, I want to complete 13 challenges, and I'll talk about them in a slideshow. To me, wearing a talit means that I have become an adult and that I'm taking on the responsibility of being an adult. Now my parents are going to read a talit blessing.
A talit
represents the world. Its four corners are the outer reaches of the known. Its fringes are the subtle teasing of the unknown. To stand wrapped in a talit is to take your place in the world. To stand wrapped in a talit is to take responsibility.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'hitatef b'tzitzit. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha uv'chol nafshecha uv'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'elech asher anochi mitzvah yom al levavecha v'shinatam levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shivtecha b'veitecha uv'lechtecha v'derech uv'shofbecha uv'kumecha uv'shartam le'ot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot bein einecha uv'chtachtam al mezuzot beitecha uv'isharecha. Good job.
Amen. I agree with you, Tessa. That was a good job. And those two fine gentlemen that we just saw were, as I understand, also bar mitzvahed at Judaism Your Way. And the whole family has been a part of our community for such a long time. So it's just such a pleasure to see such fine young Jewish people leading us in prayer so awesomely. We're going to use this Torah as a way to pass through the generations and the different members of Tessa's family as a way of passing on the wisdom. So just like that beautiful reading that Granny did earlier about passing wisdom from generation to generation. And that's really what a bat mitzvah or a bar mitzvah is really about. Is about passing wisdom from our tradition, from our family, all the way to us until we can set forth that wisdom in our own way to the rest of the world. Ya la 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 ya la ya la 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 ya la ya la 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 ya la la la
In each age, we receive and transmit Torah. At each moment, we are addressed by the world. In each age, we are challenged by the ancient teacher. At each moment, we stand face to face with truth. In each age, we add our wisdom to that which has gone before. At each moment, the knowing heart is filled with wonder. In each age, the children of Torah become its builders and seek to set the world firm on the foundation of insight.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo.
Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo.
Now you bow, Tessa.
Gadolule Adonai iti, Una Rama Shemo Yahdav.
Blessed is the name of the Holy One.
Blessed is the Holy One
forever and ever.
Blessed is the Holy One forever and ever. Blessed is Adonai, the source of life, who has chosen us with all the people of the world, has drawn us closer to sacred service, and given us the beauty of Torah.
Vayomer Adonai la shnei goyim bavitnech ushnei leumim mime'ayich yiparedu ulam mi'am ye'ematz barav yavod sa'ir vayimla'u yameha lalet vahine Tomim bavitna, vayetze harishon admoni kulo kaderet se'ar, vayikru shmo Esav. Baruch et Adonai hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Haborach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai hamvorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bahar banu im kol ha'amim v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
Amen.
V'aharechein yatsa achiv v'yado ochezet Va'akev Esav, Vayikra Shmo Yaakov, Vayitzchak, Ben Shishim Shana, V'ledet Otam. Vayigdalu Hana'arim, Vayehi Esav, Ish Yodeat Said, Ish Sadeh, V'Yaakov Ish Tam. Yoshev Ohalim, Vaye'ehav Yitzchak, et Esav Kitzayid Bafiv, Varivkav Ohevet et Yaakov. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
Amen. Misha Belach Avotenu ve'imotenu. Tessa, as your ancestors were blessed, so may you be blessed for coming up today in honor of Shabbat, in honor of Torah, and in honor of your being mitzvah. I give you this traditional blessing on behalf of all the people who are with you today, near and far, who love you and want all the best for you. The blessing is for a life of Torah, chuppah, and ma'asim tovim,
That means a life of learning, good deeds, and healthy and loving relationships. We are all just bursting with good energy for you today, Tessa, and we all say Amen.
The highlight of our service, which is learning about Tessa's 13 challenges. She is going to now show us her physical strength, becoming a strong young woman with so much ahead of you, Tessa. You're going to show us that by carefully lifting and dressing the Torah so that we can all be witness to what's inside our greatest book of wisdom.
One lifting it first. Yep.
V'zot haTorah asher sam Moshe lifnei b'nei Yisrael al pi Adonai v'yad Moshe. And we will all sing and smile and send you joy while you wrap and dress the Torah. Yalla, 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 yalla,
So this right here is all the challenges I've done. I just listed them on this slide so you can take a sneak peek of like what I'm going to talk about today. My first slide is learning Hebrew and reading from the Torah. To learn Hebrew, I worked with Risa, and first I learned all the letters and the basic prayers. Then I started learning my Torah portion and like other small prayers. And this was a big challenge for me because like learning a different language is really hard, and it's just really hard. And like all the letters are backwards and it's like a totally different language. And reading my Torah portion is about Jacob and Esau. They're twins. And I learned one verse at a time, preparing to be ready to read it. And it was also very hard, as I explained before. And I did pretty well. I don't think I messed up. So my next slide was recovering from 2 injuries. So in February, I was skiing, and then I hurt my thumb. I'm not exactly sure what happened to it again, but then I had to wear a brace. And then the next weekend, I was planning on going on a ski trip, but I could still ski with that. So I went, and then I almost tore my MCL on that ski trip. So I decided to do both, recovering from both those injuries as a challenge because it was a really big challenge. Both the injuries were pretty painful. I had to get an MRI for my knee, and then I had to do like physical therapy for my knee. You can see I was on crutches, and that's my knee brace and my wrist brace and the photo in the middle. And I wasn't really active for a while because I was on crutches. So then to get like back into running around and like playing sports and stuff, I started like running. My next slide, my 2 next challenges were to become a better soccer player and then soccer juggling. So because of coronavirus, my soccer season ended early, and then when the season started again, I wanted to improve. So at practice, I was trying to like improve my skills in like defense and offense, and I like tried to do some work at home. And for soccer juggling, I practiced. So I did this a while ago. It was probably in like February or March, one of my first challenges. I kind of lost it, but I did get better. I didn't get extremely better, but I did get a little better. But I practiced juggling every day for about 2 weeks, and I don't practice every day anymore. I do practice once in a while, but I became overall better at it, and I can do like a few more than I used to be able to. And if you don't know, it's where you like bounce it on your foot without it touching the ground. My next challenge was to plan a ski trip. And this is the ski trip where I almost tore my MCL. But in February, I went to Steamboat with my friend, and we decided to plan it. I'd never been to Steamboat, so we had to plan the runs, where we ate, and the place we stayed. But it was a pretty fun trip, and there's some interesting photos on there. I also had to figure out skiing with like an arm brace, and it was a pretty fun trip, but then at the end, I hurt my knee, so it became a lot less fun. And that one of those pictures is me in the hospital. My next 2 challenges were to bake Jewish foods and then learn about and make food for a Jewish holiday called Shavuot. So for Passover, we usually go to Kansas and see my grandparents and my aunt and my cousins. But we couldn't do that. We couldn't do that this year. And that was for Passover. So I decided to make matzah and like a Jewish lemon cake from a website that Karen sent me with some Jewish foods on it. So the matzah was harder than expected because it was really hard to knead the dough. It was really stiff. But it actually turned out well. It didn't really taste like matzah. It kind of tasted like a cracker, but it was pretty good. And the lemon cake, I burnt it. And it was not amazing, but I tried.
It was really...
No, that's the cheesecake. Okay, and then the other cake on there, which is a cheesecake, was for the Jewish holiday of Shavuot, where you're supposed to make food with lots of dairy. So I decided to make a unicorn cheesecake, which is a thing with frosting and sprinkles, and that was actually a really good cheesecake, and some people were there to try it. And they really liked it. And it was fun to make the cheesecake, and it was good. My next challenge was to learn about my family's Jewish history. So for that, I came up with some interview questions, and I decided I want to interview my aunt, my grandma, and my grandpa, and they're all here on the Zoom. But during the interview, I asked questions, and I got some good answers. I learned that some of my family was a part of the pogroms in Europe. Some family members were a part of World War II, and I was told about like family traditions, like what they did for Hanukkah and Passover. And it was pretty fun to like learn about what they did for holidays and like the history. My next challenge was to complete 10 orders for like a jewelry business I have. And sorry for the people who haven't gotten them yet. I know a lot of people might be angry about that. For my bat mitzvah, I've been kind of busy, but I'll do it, I promise. Okay, but first, I got all the materials and like beads to make them. And then like I had an idea of what I wanted to make, so I have like lots of different colored beads and stuff. So I like showed pictures of what I was making to my friends, and I made a Google Doc with like requests and orders I got, and I started making orders and completed my goal of finishing 10 before I turned 13, and I'm still doing the business, just very slowly. Very slowly. Okay, my next slide is learn to surf and climb a 14er. So in February, I went to Mexico, and I just decided I wanted to learn to surf. So one day, my dad and my brother Andrew, we decided to go rent some surfboards, and my dad kind of knows how to surf. So he first taught me on land, like standing up on the surfboard, and then I decided to get in the water, and he was kind of miserable and cold, but like we still were doing it. And then I practiced like standing up, and then I finally like rode some waves onto the shore. They weren't big at all, but it was still pretty fun. And my brother, he's kind of good, but then he left. But my other challenge was to climb a 14er. So I went and climbed Mount Bierstadt with my friend and her grandpa, who has climbed like all the 14ers like twice. And it started out slow and pretty flat, but it eventually got harder as we went, and it was like a long and hard hike. And when we got close to the top, it was like rocky and steep. But then the view was like totally worth all of the long hike because it was really pretty, and that's one of the photos from the top up there, and the other one holding a sign that we stole from someone. But I felt very accomplished about that, and like there was times where I just wanted to go down, but I worked hard and I was proud of myself for that one. And then my last challenge was to learn about Shabbat. So Shabbat's a day of rest. It starts on sundown on Friday and ends on sundown on Saturday. And for Shabbat, people who are Jewish like to take a break from all work and rest. Maybe that means like reading, making food, napping, or spending time with family. Lighting candles, eating challah, and doing blessings over wine are things that most people do. In the Torah, Shabbat is the day that God took a break from creating the world. And after I learned about Shabbat, I decided to use Shabbat time to like rest a little more than I usually would, just to like take more of a break. And that's my 13 challenges. To me, being Jewish means being a part of a special culture. And being a part of this culture comes with responsibility. Responsibility for passing on traditions such as food, holidays, more traditions, and other things. My most important responsibility right now is this, my bat mitzvah. For my bat mitzvah, I had to face challenges. It was challenging thinking of my 13 challenges, but the most challenging thing was learning to read Hebrew and reading from the Torah. Learning a different language is hard, especially when all the letters are different and you have to read backwards. A month ago, when I wrote this, I was nervous for my Torah portion, but I also got to do some really fun challenges, including baking, surfing, hiking, and more. Through this whole journey, I have learned one important thing. It is that I can achieve anything I set my mind to. At the beginning of this journey, I was not very optimistic. I dreaded going on Zoom meetings and having homework. I was also nervous about the fact that I wouldn't be ready. I'm not sure when I changed my mind, but I did, and here I am now. Now I'm going to be reading my gratitudes. I want to thank everyone who has helped me on my bat mitzvah journey and who has helped me be where I am today. I want to start with my parents. I love you guys, and I want to thank you so much. Starting from when I was a little baby, you loved me and took care of me. And now you guys still make sure I eat breakfast, get to school on time with all my stuff, then make sure I have a ride to soccer, then make dinner for me, and I want to thank you for doing all of that for me and 3 other kids. I also want to thank my siblings. Even though they can get on my nerves, I still love and appreciate them. Next, I want to thank my friends, especially my Jewish friends, for supporting me through this and just being good friends, and also listening to my ranting about how much Jewish homework I have. Next, I'd like to thank my grandparents, Granny and Pappy. I love you guys so much. I love spending Jewish holidays with you guys and going to Cape Cod in the summer. Thank you for making Jewish holidays a little more fun. I also want to thank my other grandma, Chris. Thank you for taking me to soccer sometimes and taking me to breakfast. I also love you so much, and thank you for supporting me through this journey. Lastly, I want to thank Karen and Risa and Colby. Risa, thank you so much for teaching me Hebrew and all of the prayers and Torah sections I needed to know. You helped me learn Hebrew so fast and efficiently. Now, Karen, thank you for being an amazing rabbi, teacher, and mentor for my bat mitzvah. I had so much fun working with you, and you made this experience so much better than I could ever hope for. I also want to thank Colby for stepping in and doing the ceremony when Karen couldn't. I've only known you for a few weeks, but you are a very kind, smart, and amazing rabbi. Thank you. Lastly, I want to thank everyone who's here today for supporting me and joining me here or virtually.
It's my absolute pleasure to invite Tessa's proud and unbelievable parents, Lindsay and Brian, to come bless their daughter.
Okay. Do you want to read yours first? Sure. Okay, go ahead.
Tessa. Wow, that was incredible. This has been a long journey, and I'm so proud of you, and thank you for letting me be a part of it. I'm proud of the person you have become. When you were, what's that?
Whatever she says.
When you were very little and just a baby, maybe 6 months old, you were sick, and you just cried and cried, and you just wanted me to hold you. And I think it was 3 days with no sleep, and then you broke me, and I was just so frustrated. You grabbed my finger, smiled, and fell asleep, and I just knew you were going to be special. You were just something amazing. I love you so much. I'm just proud how resilient you are through this whole thing. When there's changes, there's issues, you just work through it. You didn't have any issues. And I just wish for a lifetime of happiness, health, adventure, success, and love. I love you.
That was good. Okay. Okay. Tessa. I can't do it without crying. You are beautiful inside and out. You're solid as a rock, and your determination will take you so far. You're easy to parent, and people...
I know.
People want to be around you. You are strong and you are brave. You are a true leader. You're an amazing friend. You're a caring sister, and you're a thoughtful daughter. We are so proud of you. I love you.
Shabbat Shalom, Tessa. I'm so proud of you for reaching this special milestone today. You have worked hard on your challenges, you learned how to read from the Torah, and you learned about yourself in this whole process. So, mazel tov to you, and my blessing is that you keep working hard to reach inside yourself and find the insight that you need to live a life filled with meaning and purpose. I'm going to ask you to cover your hair and your head with your talit like this. Then I'm going to ask your parents, Lindsay and Brian, to come and stand behind you and put their hands like this on top of your head. This is the priestly blessing that parents give to children on Shabbat, and also teachers give to students when students have become teachers in their own right. And Tessa, today you have shown us that you have become a teacher in your Jewish culture and heritage. Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. Ken yehi ratzon, may you be blessed and protected in all that you say. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka. Ken yehi ratzon, may divine radiance shine on your face and grant you compassion and grace. Yisa Adonai panav elecha ve'asem lecha shalom. Ken yehi ratzon, may that divine illumination shine on your face, lift you up, and may you always know peace. Shabbat Shalom, Mazel Tov, mwah, best wishes.
It was my absolute pleasure to work with you. I know that it was only a short time, but I feel like I got to know you and your beautiful family, Tessa, and all of the hard work that you've put into this. I think that your mom, Lindsay, said it best, that you are a resilient young woman. It doesn't take much time of speaking with you to know that. And I also hope and pray that your resilience only grows from here. And in a lot of ways, this is the beginning of your journey. And so I would like to invite everybody to sing with me, muted of course, but I have a blessing for you, Tessa, in the form of a song that maybe some people are familiar with. It's from Rabbi Bob Dylan. And I hope that you, Tessa, as you grow into the young woman that you are becoming, that you never let go of your innocence and your child that's deep inside of you, so that you always stay forever and ever young. May God bless and keep you always. May your wishes all come true. May you always do for others and let others do for you. May you build a ladder to the stars and climb on every rung. May you stay forever young. May you grow up to be righteous. May you grow up to be true. May you always know the truth and see the light surrounding you. May you always be courageous, stand upright and be strong. May you stay forever young. Now a really big hug. Forever young. Forever young. May you stay forever young. One more time, everybody sing from your homes. Forever young. Tessa. Forever young. May you stay forever young. Amen. Tessa, I'm going to invite you to take your kiddish cup that's hopefully full of some juice, and we are all going to join you on page 11 with Kiddush.
We are blessed, joining each other through acts of sacred connection. We are valued, having been given, with love, the Holy Shabbat, reminder of the creativity that bursts our world. We remember today the going out from constriction. We are called, with all peoples, to hold and share Shabbat in love and joy. Blessed is the divine, restoring us up to holiness and wholeness through Shabbat. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pri hagafen.
Amen. Great. Now you all can share that juice as long as nobody's sick.
Is that COVID friendly? I don't know.
No COVID friendly.
We say l'chaim, which means to life, to a long and healthy life.
Can you toast?
Who?
To the Zoom crowd.
L'chaim.
L'chaim.
Great. And now, Tessa, you're going to get your challah or your braided bread as a symbol of starting this party off right and eating lots and lots of tasty things today.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
Amen. Great. Now you can taste your first bite of many to come.
I snap it?
Yeah.
Go for it.
And now Lindsay and Brian would like to offer some gratitude for everybody and also give us some important instructions for those of us that are in Colorado for a special drive-by celebration today.
Well, I just wanted to say thank you for everyone to being part of this ceremony. Just made it really special. Thank you for being here. And the next one's in June 2022. And hopefully it's in person.
Perfect. And for those of you that want to drive by after you're finished from your homes, we will see you outside. It's a really cold day in Colorado, so bundle up.
Thank you so much.
And also, after this concludes, there's a 4-minute slideshow if you guys want to keep on watching.
Simcha.